Hey guys, again, happy Tuesday. I made a video earlier this morning about the new sale that's going on, the sweets, buy one, get one 50% off. And I showed how it works. So it's a short video, it's less than 8 minutes. So if you're wondering, if you have questions about that sale, excuse me, you can watch it, and it's just sweets and sweet products that are the buy one get one 50% off. So there's some certain things that can happen, but anyway, I'm not going to get into it because I made a whole video about it. But today we're making these multi-column cards. I saw a reel on Facebook from a woman, Sam Calcutt, I think. She's from the UK. She's not a demonstrator, and she made these cards, and I thought, what a cool idea. And so I made one that was her size, this big one. This is 6x6. It's actually more than 6x6 because this little guy comes up on top. But then I thought, oh, I wonder if I could make one that's 4¼ by 5½, which would fit into our medium envelopes. And so that's how I came up with this one, with the butterflies. So we're going to make the big one first. We're going to make one this size, but we're not going to do butterflies. We're going to do something else. It's pretty easy. It's a little time consuming, but it's really cool. And I've got some other ones to share with you too. So let's get started. Okay, so I do have the directions for it that I will have available by tonight. Usually I'm pretty good and get it done, in the afternoon. But there's 4 pages because there's 4 this size, the 6x6, and then there's the one for this one, the 4¼ by 5½. And so there's diagrams and there's pictures, because I always put a picture of the bottom of them because that's one way to look at it and make sure you have it the way it's supposed to be. They lay flat, not real flat because they got a lot of stuff on there, so you could put them in an envelope. This one will go in an envelope. For writing, you could write on the back, or you could glue a piece of cardstock on the back and write on it. Or if you wanted to, you could make them any way you want, and you could write something on the front. You don't have a whole lot of room, but you could try and do that. Okay? So, here's another, I'll go ahead and share this one. This is another 6x6. Isn't that cool? I mean, that is a big card, and somebody, would love to get that for their birthday. So lots of stuff on here. That's the birthday celebrations, that paper, which this is one of the sweets that is on sale. The storybook one is on sale, but it's the antique pearls, the little embellishments, they're out of stock. So this sale goes on through the 30th of this month, June. So maybe they'll be back, and you could do both of these and get this one half off. But this paper is absolutely the best thing ever. It's got all these little die cuts, and same with storybook. These are all already die cut. This is not like I could have stamped. Like these, I stamped and die cut them. That takes obviously a little more time. So both of these are so great for that because there's ways to make cards a lot faster. Okay, so I've got, for what I used for this one, crumb cake. Oh, I will say that Sam, the UK lady, she's really talented. She makes really cool cards, all different kinds of, complicated stuff like that. See, I got everything written down here. This is how I started it. She had everything at 4½ by the sizes. I did it at 4¼ That way, when you use our cardstock, you get, because if it's 4½, that wouldn't be half of this. 4¼ is half of it, and it makes it a lot easier. So that's why I changed mine a little bit, and I'll show you how it's different. So just going to go ahead and cut. You use a sheet and a half for this. 4 1/4. You got two that are 4 1/4. I got to bring this back over. First one, you need 4 1/4 by 6. Okay, so that's the back one. That's this one. And then you need 2 4 1/4 by 5. So this one, oh, that's already 5 because that was 6. This is 5. That's 11. So you got your 5 right here, and then we'll do another 5. Okay, so you need 2 4 1/4 by 5. So there's those two, and then you need 2 of 4 1/4 by 4. Okay, so there's our one sheet. Okay, so another one 4 1/4 by 4. Okay, so there's those two. Then 4 1/4 by 3. 3 and 3. So 4 1/4 by 3, 2 of those. And then you need one that's 4 1/4 by 2. So I bring this back over, and it's already 4 1/4 by 2. So there you go. This is what you have left of a sheet. So it's a little less than 1 1/2 of 2 sheets. All right. So this is where we score, and this is pretty easy. It's all the same for everything. What you want is you are scoring the 4 1/4 side. So whenever you put this in there, make sure you've got 4 1/4. And I say that because like with the ones that are 4 by 4 1/4, I did it wrong. So you want to turn it this way. So it's the 4 1/4. I did it wrong on some of mine. All right. Is something under here? No. All right. So you're going to score it 1, 2, 3, 4. So, well, let's go ahead and score them, and then it's the same scoring for each one. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are our columns. Oh, I should have done this. Well, I'm not going to do it now, but I did do with my blending brush. I put some crumb cake on there just to darken it up a little, but I forgot. You could do it after you score, but you're going to get more darker lines where the score lines are. So 4 1/4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can see on this one I did color it with balmy blue and pecan pie. So you want to do that before you score all this. You could do it after. You're just going to get some dark lines where the score lines are. But this will still look good without it being scored. So every piece is scored at 1, 2, 3, and 4. One more. Alright, so the difference between where I got the idea from the UK lady was that she had 4 1/2. So your outside line here would be half an inch, where mine's just 1/4. But again, I wanted to try and do this so that, because even if you had 12 by 12 paper, if you're doing 4 1/2, you know, I mean, you could still get more. Okay, so what I do is, you definitely want to burnish these. You could just do each line individually, but, well, maybe I will, but you want them to be really burnish. You want them to really lay nice and flat because you're gluing them all together. Okay. I found just doing it all together like this is fine too. You could do each one. You could do it all individually, but it's a little faster to do it all together. Yeah, and see, so that's just a 1/4 inch, and with hers it was a 1/2 inch. So that is a little better because it's more, but I did all my cards with just that 1/4 inch, and I didn't have any problem with it, so it'll, and that way with the 8.5 by 11 cardstock, you can, if it was 4.5, you would have to use 3-4 sheets. So okay, almost done. And this doesn't really matter which one's in, which one's out. So, I mean, you're gluing it together as like a column. So, and after we glue them together and start putting the columns together, I'll explain how you want that all to look. Okay, one more. Here's all our pieces. First, we're gluing them. What you want is you want glue on that 1/4 inch mark. I use this just so a lot of glue doesn't seep out. If you hear that noise, that's my dishwasher running. My kitchen's right on the other side of me. And oh no. Oh, I need to get a pen to get this going again. Oh, it's starting. Here, hang on. And my dogs are asleep, which is wonderful. That means it won't be like last week if you watched it last week. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. You're just going to take this. Oh, wait. What am I doing here? Okay, did I do something wrong here? Oh, I got to flip it over. That's right. There we go. Okay, so there's our the back. I just like to use this because it brings it out so much thinner than this. You can use just the regular thing and you can get it come out kind of thin, but sometimes it surprises you. Okay. This way. And I will have a link on this to this video, and for the other one that we're making next, I will put a link and I'll put the time because this one is a little different than this one. This part is all the same, but when you're putting all the columns together, it's a little different on the smaller one. So I'll put a time on there so that you know when you're looking at it. Come on. Okay. Isn't that cool? All right. Just got a few left. This is our middle one. This one goes on differently than the rest do, but we'll get to that. It's the last part. Okay. The thing you just got to remember is that 1/4 inch piece goes on the inside of the column, not on the outside. You could use your bone folder too. That helps it get nice and flat. Okay, 2 more. You could use like tear and tape too. I just think this is a lot easier. And this, when it dries, it's glued. Okay, I think that's it, unless I'm missing one. Oops, see, that came up. Okay, gotta remember to put the thing back on here. I have links to these on my must-haves for crafting. All right. All right, so here's our 6, there's our 5, there's our 4, here's our 3, and our 2. Okay. So what you're going to do, now you can decide where, if you can see it, that's where your 1/4 inch line is glued. Sometimes it's better if it's in the front because you won't notice it as much, so we're just going to go with that. I'm going to lay it flat, so there's where it's glued. I'm going to lay it flat, and we're going to glue these to them like this. Okay, you can see the right side hangs over. Okay. All right. So I think I can use this, although I did get a lot of glue come out of this for even this part, but it goes a little faster because. Oh, so you want, wait, okay, that in the front. So it's going to be right there. So it's going to be in the back here. Ooh, yeah, that's going to leak. Let's see if I can spread it out some so it doesn't come out of on the edge. You're going to glue it all the way to the bottom. Okay, and then there's the front, so it goes on this side. So there is the beginning. Okay, so for the 4-inch ones, you're going to glue them to the outside like that. see, it's starting to look like a skyscraper, like the Empire State Building or something. That's the front. Okay. You don't have to worry about if you get where you have your glue piece on here. I mean, see, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell where it is. You can kind of see it, but it's okay. And then just hold it there for a minute. Okay. Isn't that cool? All right. All right. So now we got our 3-inch pieces. Like I said, I have a little thing. You can see where they line up to each other. That's where the glue is. Okay. So the 3-inch pieces go on this part. So they come in. No, they go on this part and they come in. And then this one, like here, but you want to glue on this piece right here. Yeah, this starts to get thick. I mean, obviously this is layers and layers of cardstock. So the envelope for this, it would be a giant envelope. And even this one that will fit into a medium envelope, you're going to pay more on the postage for sure. And this one right here. I mean, this just is so cute. I thought of so many things to do with this, and I've only done a couple things, but I mean, for Christmas or Halloween or Thanksgiving, obviously lots of birthdays for me. That's the cards I make the most. Okay. There we go. Pretty cool. Now this one, this is going to be different. You're going to put it here and you're going to glue it on both sides to right here. Okay, you just center that line. I'm actually going to put the glued part in the back of this one. I didn't get it as good as I wanted it. It'll be okay though. Okay. There you go. There is the base of our card. See, that's not that hard. Once you start doing it, it gets easier, obviously. All right, so from Storybook Friends, here's all the same ones that I had on that. I'm almost completely out of them because I've used them for so many cards. So great. The paper's so great. Now, if you wanted designer series paper on these, you could do that. It's with the amount of movement on this, that you press it and everything, I would just be afraid that the designer series paper, unless you had it glued on there really solid, that it would come off pretty easy. So I don't know. Okay, so there's actually some extra ones that I didn't use. These are so cute. All right, so I'm showing you this too because if like these three, you can just glue them on because they fit on one of the rectangles, but these, they're going on a score line. So we're going to do something a little different for those. And you can see it, let's see, Well, you see that little in there? See if I can, that's what we're going to do. And this is really easy. All right, so I just got little scraps of crumb cake here. And I just, like, when I look at them, I just picture how wide they are. Like this cute little guy that he's on the top. About like that. So, here, let me just, oh, I didn't even get my scissors out. All right. So you take a piece of paper like this. You fold it in on either side like this, okay? And then you take these and you fold them back out. See, like that. On both sides. Okay? So, for our top guy, which I just had him, where'd he go? He's here somewhere. I got this guy, I don't have that guy. I got this guy, I got the wheelbarrow. There he is. Okay, so what I do first, I'm going to use this again, is the little parts are the parts that go on the base. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. Okay, that'll be perfect. Okay, so it gives it a little movement, but it's glued to the base. So then you put glue on here. You could do this the other way. You could put it on the die cut first. Move them over a little. Or her. Oh no, this is the wrong one. Ooh, that's okay. It's this one. I gotta put more glue on there. Still would have been cute. They're all cute. All the little die cuts in there are so cute. So vintage looking. There we go. See? And he's not completely glued yet. I need to hold him down. Okay, so there's our first guy. Let's see. This one goes up here. Well, let's do the sentiment. The sentiment is from one of the Ephemera. Oh, here it is. This is from one, and then the Thanks for Always Being a Friend is also one. But I think I'm going to stamp on this from the Storybook Friends. Welcome Little One won't fit in there. Let's see, where's Welcome Little One? Yeah, it won't fit. It almost fits, but then it's going to look weird. So I'm going to be, let's see, I'm going to use Somebody Loves You. This would be good for a baby, obviously. Okay. Let's see, I got crumb cake sitting over here. Let's see if that looks good. I was going to use the crumb cake all over the thing, but I forgot. All right. That's going to be tight too, but I think it'll work. Oh, isn't that cute? So a little different. Okay. Right, okay. So this one also goes, because it goes in here, so it's going to have one of those behind it. All right. This one, that's... I don't know if that'll be big enough, but we'll find out. And you don't see these, so you don't have to really worry about how they look. going to go about right here. All right. And now you can really hear my dishwasher. I knew it would make noise, but it's pretty full, and if I didn't do it right then, I would forget, and then dinner tonight, nothing will fit in there because it's already full. So this way it'll be done. Okay. Now, when you're doing this, like when you're doing your own and you're trying to come up with some ideas, it is a little tricky because you have to lay it flat and then kind of pop it out to make sure it's going to look. Isn't that cute? Okay. So, let's see. We got this little cute guy, fishing guy. I'm going to put him on one. Go ahead and cut it. All right. So, fold it over. Okay. Is that going to fit behind him? Yeah, just about. You could measure everything you've got and then figure out where you want it to go. If it, oh, I was like, who's that? It's one of the dogs. Actually, I probably should have put it on him first. Alright, try to do this without completely getting glue all over me. Alright. So you can do it that way. These are so cute. They're so vintage looking. Alright, there's our fisherman. Alright, we got this cute little guy. He's on these. Because he's not very wide, you don't want anything real big on him. It gets a little harder to fold it, but see, it goes on its tail, so that's good. That's how I got that one. So you want to, obviously you say, oh, okay, then here, but you want it longer because you want to be able to fold it. And okay, this should be okay. Make sure. Alright, make sure that fits on him. It does. I guess I could burnish these and make them. It doesn't really matter though. You're just putting them on there so they're not glued directly. If you glue them directly, they're going to hit that seam, and then so when you pop it out, they're going to fall off or they're going to wrinkle. This is little tiny pieces of paper. Okay. Now this is great for your little scraps of stuff. Alright, I'm going to glue it on him first. Push it down a little so it doesn't show. Oh! There we go. That way you don't see it. Alright, and then we'll glue him. cute? Just making it cuter and cuter. Okay, the wheelbarrow goes on one, and this one, which I had already put some glue on him, because it's gonna, alright, so this one should be okay. Okay. The sweet sale that's going on, that's a really good sale. You know, when they changed the rewards, you didn't get that 50% off when you hit like 450. So, I mean, that's not, oh, I should have put this one on him first too. Let's hope this works. Oh. Yeah. Move it over a little. That's the great thing about Tombow, so you can move it. So getting 50% off, and if you watch my video, if you have a ton of stuff you want to buy, you're probably, to get the best deal, you're going to probably have to place more than one order so that you can get the best deal. And it won't change the shipping, because the shipping will stay the same. Depending on what your price is, but I explain all that in the video. Alright, so on this little guy, I'm putting him sort of on top, so I need just a small little piece there. Alright, so I'm just going to take this one and fold it over and fold it back and fold it back. And then I'll just cut off this part. Ooh, that went flying. Alright. Because I want it... I keep losing these things. Where'd you go? Oh, here he is. I'm going to put it on him first. He's already got glue on him. Okay, because I want him standing on top of the wheelbarrow. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta hold that down. We're getting there. We just have one more, the cute little hat, and then the rest, oh no, and these, and then the rest is just glued on. Is it actually, oh, stay. Alright, so here's another little one. That'll work for both of them. Isn't that cute? Imagine you could, you wouldn't even have to have an envelope for this if you were going to like a baby shower. You could just maybe punch a hole in there and tie it around the ribbon on the present or something. And then, I mean, somebody could put this like in their kid's room, in their baby's room. All right. So... Okay, and then pretty easy like mechanism here. You could do, what I did on some of them is I did a bigger piece, bigger than this, and did the fold and then cut it so they were skinnier, so then you only have to do it once. You know, that's always nice. Is that going to work for that? Oh, it is. Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to put this one on him, on the little packets. I'm going to do it on them first. Nutella, that's my little puppy. She had to go to the vet yesterday and get her last puppy shot, and and a rabies shot. So she played a lot the rest of the day, and then she crashed. It's so sad when they have to do that. It's just. But oh, of course, then she has to go get neutered too. She's not going to like that. It's sad. And had to have Gus done 2 years ago. But boys, it's a lot easier. Oh, I should have put this on that one first. Let's see. But girls, it's more surgery. So that's the next time she has to go, and that's not for a while, but that's going to be fun. Then she's got to wear the cone. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So cute. All right, so this little guy goes up here. We're almost done with this one. Let's see, 12:42, so this has been 42 minutes. Getting there. Is that not so cute? Okay. All right. So this little shovel, he's easy because he goes right on there. So if you got something small enough that will fit onto one of the panels, basically, then you don't have to do those little things behind it. And then the acorns. You won't see them too much, but I didn't want any blank space, as you can see. Now, I did the boots up there, so that way they cover up this and this, but all you do is glue them. Yeah, that's too wide. Okay, so you just put a little bit of glue on the bottom. That's another way to do it. Make it straight. Okay, there we go. So, pretty much the same except for the sentiment. Is that not so cute? It would be so cute just to have on display. Like I said, in a baby's room or something, it would look so good. So there's all these other ones that you could use. I mean, I just wanted to do the same ones that we had already done, that I had already done. I had a little bag for this. I don't know what happened to it. There it is. All right, so that's our 6x6, and it's actually going to be more than 6x6 because you see if I flatten it out, because I got that squirrel, can you see it's 6 inches this way, it's about 7 this way. So it is going to be a little different, but so cute. All right, I'm going to set those off to the side. Just a really cool, unique little card. Not little, it's kind of a big card. But now we're going to do the other one. Now, I'm not going to do the butterflies again because I didn't feel like stamping and die cutting them all. So I got some more of my stuff over here. Ephemera. And so I think this would be a really cute card for a little kid. You got the ice cream, the cat, the cake, the candle, the balloons, another thing of cake, a cupcake, and a little dog. I think that would be really cute. Now, here's this one. Okay, so I got basic white, and I did color these. I think I'm going to try just doing basic white, because these have so much color on them. We'll see. If it looks terrible, then I'll just have to take all of them off and start over and put some color on them. All right, so this one is a little different in size, obviously. It's all 4 1/4. So that's really easy. You just cut your pieces like that. So the back one is 5 1/2, and I made it 5 1/2 because that way it fits into, it's your standard size card. So 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. Oh, that's the score line. And then, so that's your first one, and then this one is 4 1/2. There's 2 of them. The great thing with these column cards like this is that you could, I mean, like this one, instead of putting, you could do another one, like right here, another one of these, like right here, like a different size. And on the side there, you could keep going. And with this one, you could keep going too, but I wanted to make it a little more simple. All right, so we got 5 1/2, 4 1/2. Now we need 3 1/2. 2 of those. We could get 1 of those, so 3 1/2. All right, so 2 3 1/2s, then 2 1/2. This one will work for that. So let's see, 2 1/2. 2 1/2. So there's your 2 2 1/2s, and then for the front you just need 4 1/4 by 1 1/2. Okay, so this uses a little less paper. Here's what's left from your 2 sheets of white, and here's what's left for the 6x6 with your crumb cake. So, all right, now we're going to score again. It's the same as before. Make sure you line it up so you're at 4 1/4. That's the one that's the side that needs to be scored. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. Okay. Oh, wait, see, like when I did it there, that's 3 1/2. You don't want to score it that way. You want it on the top, 4 1/4. Maybe with this one, we can do, like this one, I added all those brass butterflies to take up some of the space. Maybe we could do some really colorful embellishments or something, because I didn't color these. All right, last one. All right. So the scoring is pretty easy. I just need to make sure, because I've probably got, yeah, see, like this one, I scored it, and then I realized, oh, that's the 4-inch side. I should have scored it that way. So I did make a mistake. All right. Let me fold that over. Okay. time. It's just so great to get so many things on the front of your card that have a base, so they're not just floating. Like butterflies can, float anywhere in the air, but so like for the animals, it's like you don't want them like on a card base. You don't want them like in the middle. You need to have them on something that makes them look stable. It just doesn't make sense to have a squirrel not sitting on something. So that's what's so great about these, is that you've got the base for all your different animals. I looked through all my stamps and dies, like the bumblebees. That would be really cool on these. We have 2 different bumblebee sets. So you could, bumblebees would be good. You don't want anything too big, because you don't want it to overtake the whole card base. You want to be able to see the towers. Leaves, we don't have any leaves, but there is a new one coming out. It's in the online products that the demonstrators are allowed to pre-order today. But if you're not a demonstrator, you can pre-order it, or you can order it next month. They have Halloween stuff, which that's one of the things I ordered. Halloween cards seem to be my most popular. So, all right. Here's our big guy. Here we go again. But this part's the same, and then it gets a little different. And that's why I want to share this one. Okay, so there's our base, and then these 2. It doesn't matter actually you don't have to have an order in how you glue these together, make them into columns. It's when you glue them together, that's when you have to do it in order. Okay. So again, a 1/2 inch instead of this 1/4 inch would be a little easier, but like I said, I've done all these cards and I didn't have a problem with it. So, and this way we can use our cardstock and get a lot out of it versus only getting a few pieces. I do think it would be, if it was 4.5, I don't know. When I first started making one, I made this one first, and instead of 4.5, I did 4 1/4, and I got so mad. I just threw them all in my scraps for Pretty in Pink, because that's what the color is. And then I was like, it's going to take me a lot of paper if I do it 4.5. I was like, I'm going to try it 4 1/4, and it worked. So that's good. My 2 sons, my youngest and my middle one, they're both home today. My oldest is at work and my husband's at work. And then they were like, I said, you guys need to, no coming downstairs or anything. Oh, why? And I said, because this is like their 3rd time, because usually they're both in school. The middle one's in college and the other one's in high school. But now that school's out, they're like, well, what time do you do it? And what's the funniest thing is my 17-year-old last week, when I was telling him, that I was going to be starting soon, he's like, well, where do you do it? Do you do it out here, like in the kitchen? I'm like, no. What would I be doing it in the kitchen? There you go. They're all boys. They don't know what I do. They don't care. The only time they care is when they have a girlfriend or a friend and they need a birthday card. Then they care. Then they ask me for a birthday card. But I thought that was so funny when he asked me, where do you do it? Like, where do you think I do it? It's the one room that none of them come in here, because why would they? They don't care. They don't know anything about this, nor do they want to. I show my husband all the cards I make all the time, and he's so nice. He's like, oh, that's really cool. He doesn't care. All right. So here we go. Okay. So this one and this one, let's look at that's the front. See, I just tried it because there's where we glued it. I can't even tell on this one. That's really good. There it is. So we're going to glue those like we did with the other one. This to here and to here. Okay. Sticking there. Alright, and then this side. Oh, I didn't put him down far enough. Well, I could put this one down far enough. Oh, and it's already glued, of course. Oh, well, that's okay. You won't see it. There's a little bit of an edge there, but you're going to have stuff in front of it, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so then this is how this one's different, okay? This is the same. I mean, different sizes, but the same, putting it all together. This right now, if you, well, here, let me turn this over. It's a mess, but if you look at it, this is 4 inches, okay? It's 5.5. Your back one is always how tall yours is going to be, unless you put something on top of it, obviously. But this is 4 inches. Okay, so I want it to be 4.25. So what I do is, this is 4, I just have it 5 to 9, that's 4 inches. And what I want is I want these to stick out. I want it to go to 9 1/8 on this side, and I want it to go 4 7/8 on this side. So they're not going right to the center. The other ones we glued on the outside, but so we're spacing them out a little so that that part will make the card 4.25 instead of 4 inches. Does that make sense? Okay. So, and you don't want to put glue on the whole thing. You're just going to put glue because you're going over a score line. So if you have it glued down, because you're not putting it right there, if you have it glued down, this part isn't going to be able to come out. So just a little bit of glue on the side like that. All right. So it's 5 to 9, and you want it come out to 9 1/8, or you could use a ruler and have it on the bottom, but since, see, so then this way, it's still, that part can still, that's why you only have it glued right there. See, there's no glue on this part. All right, so then the same for this one. It's right there on the edge, okay? So we got it at 9 1/8 on here, so it'll be 4 1/8. And then we're going to put this one down. lined up at, so it's 1/8 over on this side. So that makes it, I got glue on me. See that space in between? That's what you want. So now when I lay it down, it's 4 1/4. Okay? That's why this one's a little different, and you could do this with different sizes too, depending on how you wanted them. If you wanted them to fit into a certain kind of envelope or be a certain size. But this one I did, it's kind of hard to fit it into the envelope, not because of the size of it, but because how thick it is. Okay, so there's that. And then these will adhere to the edges of that. So full glue on that. It's just this one that you're the other, you know, the 6x6, it was here, 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 here. There was none of that. But this, you want to add a little space in the middle so you can get it to be as wide. You wouldn't have to. I guess you could just still do it that way, but just gives it that size. Okay. And then we just have one. Now you could do, for this one, you could do, these are, what are these? 2.5. You could do 2 more, and then this one in the middle, but I just kind of liked it the way it was. But that's what's kind of cool about these, is that after you start to, you know, start to make them and you know what you're doing, you can change these. All right. You just line that up with your center score line there. All right. There it is. Okay. So, a little different, a little different. So cute. Okay, so I'm not going to sit here and do all those little things with you again. The way you put them, you can see I had to do it with some of the butterflies too. I had to do it with the 3 big ones. All the little ones fit right into there, so that was easy. But let's see. The balloons. The balloons would be really cool. Yeah, but you got a big space there, so it's not. And if you want it to fit into an envelope, if you put that little cat there, it's not going to, because it's going to be too tall. But, so probably, this is really cute. Maybe, all right, let's see. We got to put a sentiment on it too. I'm not going to glue these down. We'll just play around with this a little bit, and then I'll finish it. Oh, that's cute. I could do it down there. Maybe there. Let's see, I got a candle. Well, let's move the cat. Maybe we put him right there. The cake there. It's going to be a lot of these on those little things. All right, we'll see how cute that would be. So I'd have to do most of these on something like that, and then let's see, what's sentiment? Because that's what I did on the other one, was I put the sentiment on top, so it's longer, but it still doesn't go across the side edges, so it will still fit in an envelope. So let's see if I can. Let's see. Well, let's see. Got Happy Day. That would be cute. Here's to you. Heck yeah. There's confetti, sparkles, and streamers. Kind of celebration. That would be cute. Forever and ever. Bader. Yeah. I'm thinking like for a little kid. Oh, this happy birthday. That might be cute. Is there two here? No. Oh yeah. See, I could do that up there. That would be really cute. I'd have to do a very small, I can't even think what to call those, but that would be really cute. All right. So that's what it's going to look like when it's done, but I don't want to take up too much more of your time. So I'll play around with this, but I wanted to show you the base of it so that you understood how that's a little different. And it says so in my instructions. It's going to have, with a 3.5 columns, use a ruler. Add glue just to the outer right side. Adhere to the right. It's at the right side on that and the left side on that. So I got to fix that. Of the 4.5 columns, but not right at the inner edge like you do with the other columns. So I just wanted to. I'm going to change all these. Like this one. You can't even read the instructions. So I've got to fix all this. But yeah, that's really cute. And then do little cute embellishments all over it, like the party dots or something. I mean, a little kid would love this card. Would love it. So I'll figure all that out. But now that because gluing the stuff on there is the same as this one. You gotta, if you're going over a scene, you gotta have those little, I don't even know what they're called, but you gotta have those so that it doesn't mess up the card. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, of course, you can let me know. The sale, it's a big deal and stuff sells out fast. So I would say if you're ready to go and you don't have a demonstrator, once again, I would certainly appreciate it if you bought some stuff through me. But if you have any questions, you can always let me know. I'm very good about... I'm very good with answering. I respond very fast. So I hope everyone has a great day. See ya.